Okay, I know I'm dealing with some intelligent folks, so to replace this mechanical unit completely, this bolt's going to have to come out along with this guy, because you can't get that through the hole. This handle, as you can see, nuts made into it. That's going to have to come out and off. Next thing is right side of the panel. This guy's got to come off, and this has a keyway in it, so it'll pull off. You know, I'm giving you a video so you've got points of reference, because that way we don't flip it upside down or invert it or anything like that. Actually, there's only a hole on this side, so I think we're okay on this side. The other one's the one that can give you difficulties if you put it in wrong. And basically what I'm referring to is turning this metal comma upside down, you know, flipping it around. So this is the correct position that we're looking for here. After that's done, we've got both the ends removed. Next thing we're going to want to do is we've got these tamper-proof torques that go down into like a little threaded dog bone. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, see? Put my finger on it here. So there's another one tucked up here. And it looks like a little dog bone, actually. So you've got those four there. After we do that, the unit will drop down. Now, there are some wires attached to the counter. So before we pull the thing out, like you can see here, we're going to want to undo these screws. And if we've got roughly about an hour and 20 minutes solar battery on this that'll keep the setting. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. Just before you start the repair, just make note of whatever the the stroke counter is reading. And it's like this one's 461. So and everything pretty much goes back the way it was. The one thing we're going to want to do, however, is we may or may not have to adjust these little I don't know what to call them. The only terminology so these nipples on the door, I want to touch these fingers here, I guess, and then that'll push in, of course, a little lock nut adjustment screw. And what we're looking for is a nice smooth engagement when the door closes. You know, not a mission critical item. It's more or less about getting this guy up and running again. But you know, mechanism's actually pretty simple. When you do put it back in, word to the wise, you see the little Y splitter here. We want to have this flipped over and this port facing right, you know, towards the right hand side of the machine as you're facing it. If it's flipped inverted when we go back, we got to take the whole unit down, because there's little to no clearance to flip it around or swivel it. And the hose will kink when you try to put it back in, which will cause all kinds of problems. Oil starvation to the activation valve, oil starvation to the eco valve, so we don't want to do that. But you know, roughly it's not too crazy of a job. And then when we go to attach, we want to have the door closed by manually bringing this guy up and down. Make sure this guy's flipped around when you do that. It likes to go behind the fingers on the door when you're trying to close it, which is a pain in the butt. And it's basically reattach and boogie on down the road. So hopefully this helps.